Welcome to Toffee TV, instant match reaction, Everton 2, Brighton Hove Albion 0, 3 points at home. What were we worrying about? Sam was right all along. Yeah. Listen, fantastic 3 points today. I'm overjoyed with it. Let me just say I'm overjoyed. I thought the performance at times was very good. At other times was laboured, let's just say, because I thought we were much better side when we needed to be in the game, and it's just a pity we weren't like that all the game. But we did it when we needed to, and that's the most important thing. The team, well, listen, Jag's back, Bain's back, Coleman playing right back. It's what you want. Cenk Tosun playing up front again. No Garner though, which was a big surprise. No Schneidlin. Big surprise, even not on the bench. And Davy Klaassen on the bench. It was like all our Christmases at once, wasn't it? Apparently Schneidlin and Garner were ill, and that opened the door to obviously some other players. It meant a midfield of having like no real protection. Wayne Rooney obviously was the protection, I suppose, with Gylfi and Tom Davies in there. And I thought we started really brightly. I thought we were on the front foot from the start, and Brighton just couldn't really cope with us. But we just couldn't get the final ball. We couldn't get the ball into the positions that we needed to. Balassi, who obviously started the game as well, they'd obviously put him into target their fullback. I thought he had some great opportunities that he wasted. But on the other side as well, Theo Walcott and Seamus Coleman. If Seamus had scored that first one within about 3 or 4 minutes, if he did the target, then maybe it would have been a bit more comfortable earlier on. But they couldn't really handle us, but as I say, we never really made the goalie do anything. I mean, the goalie only made we only actually had 3 shots on target the whole game. That's 2 goals and a penalty. So we need to have more shots on target. But I thought, as I said, first 20 minutes we really had a go with them, and it never happened. They dealt with it, and then the game just sort of petered out a little bit. They never really had anything. They never really had anything all day. They had a couple of sighters, and Pickford had to make a really good save late on. I think he had to make a decent save in the first half from a long distance shot. But apart from that, they had very, very little. They offered absolutely nothing. They'd come for a draw or try and get something off a set piece. And I thought we got round the back of them quite easily, but without doing anything. And the game settled down, as I say. It petered out into the first half. Into the second half, it was sort of going nowhere again. And then Balassi was annoying because he was having really good opportunities, but not doing anything with them. He kept on coming deep to get the ball off Baines, and never really attacked the fullback, especially when he was on the left. And his crosses, when he did, were poor. But for the goal, he come inside with the good deep ball in, and Walcott got there first, and it ended up going in off the defender. Apparently, I mean, off the time we all thought Walcott would score, but apparently it was an own goal. And we were pretty calm then. We were 1-0 up. Again, got ourselves in good positions that we didn't take it. And then late on, well, I say late on, it wasn't that late on, but Leighton Baines, again, brilliant work on the left. Pulls it back to, it ends up getting pulled back to Cenk Tosun, and it's a fantastic finish. In fact, I was saying early on in the game, it was the kind of game where if we had someone like Lukaku, I think we would have gone, 1-0, 2-0 up first half, but we just didn't. Maybe we're not in the position yet where we just give the ball to Cenk Tosun and expect him to do those things. But when that effort, it was so pleasing, aesthetically hitting the bar, bouncing down, going in, it was so nice. And then the game was over. Theo Walcott, I think he went off with a bit of cramp. Dominic Calvert-Lewin comes on, wins the penalty, and Wayne takes it, even though for me Leighton Baines should be taking any penalty he has when he's on the pitch. And I didn't think it was a good penalty, but then people have been telling me it was a good penalty, it was a good save. What I would say is I've seen Wayne Rooney now take 3 pens at the park end and put them all in the same place. That's why I thought it wasn't a good pen, because there was no variation in what he was doing. He just stepped up, put it in the same place, and the keeper saved it. Which would have made it a little, would have made it look a lot nicer. 3-0, Wayne Rooney gets a goal and everyone's happy. Lovely to see Davy Klaassen come on. He got a fantastic reception from the Gladys Street celebrating its 80th birthday. Yeah, big well done to the Gladys Street boys putting the big banner up in the Gladys Street. It looked fantastic, and it's just disappointing we never got the third just to wrap it up a little bit more. You look at the other results today. Southampton getting beat, West Brom getting beat. I know West Ham getting beat. I know Burnley have won and Leicester have won, and that sort of puts 7th out of each. But as far as I'm concerned, with our away form, we're never getting 7th anyway. But that, 10 points from the bottom 3 now. That should be it, shouldn't it? Really, try and get something at Stoke next week, and it's feet up time. Even though for some players it's been feet up time for a while. But let me just say this. I've pretty much done is recap the game, haven't I? Without actually going into anything. What I loved today was Jagielka back, Leighton Baines back, and those 2 players back just, for me, transformed our back 4. I think if we'd had them in last week, we're not conceding those goals. I think Keane looked a little bit more reassured. Listen, I don't think he looked brilliant. I think he gets bullied far too many times. I think when the ball... When the striker puts himself between the ball and Michael Keane, I think he struggles to get in front, to physically get the player out the way. Far too many times today he was climbing over the top of centre forwards, and that's all they want. But I thought he looked a little bit better, and Jagielka swept up anything that he didn't deal with. Jags as a leader looked a lot better today. It was nice. It was lovely to see Jags talking to people. And also, there was one in the first half where he gave the ball away, and Seamus Coleman went over and bollocked him. He said to him, why didn't you just give the ball there instead of giving it away over there? And Jags was a bit like, but that's what you want. You want players that are happy to bollock each other because they're on the same wavelength. They know that as soon as the game's finished or 2 minutes later, it's gone. That's what you have when you have proper team spirit. You have players who can go around bollocking each other without the other one falling out with them, or the other one getting a sulk on, or the other one, impacting on the performance. And that's what we want to see. Baines on the other side, you're talking, people have been saying about Martino, hasn't he done well? Bollocks, has he done well? Bollocks, has he done well? Can we get rid of that myth? Can we get rid of this thing at Everton Football Club where we pat people on the back for just trying? Listen, I know there's a thing where it's saying, if you work hard, the fans will love you. But just working hard and actually something coming out of it, like Nias, where him working hard actually results in things happening. Other players have worked hard and they've got results. Martina, there's been no results out of it, bar a couple of instances. Baines showed you today what having a proper fullback and having a proper left back on the pitch does, and having some experience does. He was brilliant. He would just give the ball to Blassie, then get up the line. And the way he got into the box for the second goal was absolutely fantastic. And that's what having a proper left back gives you. And defending as well, the calmness to deal with the situation, to have the experience to talk to other players, to help them get through games. That's crucial to us. And that's the back 4 that I want to see for the rest of the season, because I want to see if Michael Keane can grow now as a player, having a player like Jagielka next to him, and not someone like Ashley Williams who'll go hiding at any opportunity and shows absolutely zero leadership. And for Keane having Jags there and having Baines there and having Coleman there, his level should go up. If it doesn't go up, then he's not a player that we need to keep at Everton Football Club as far as I'm concerned. The next 8 games are his chance to grow as a player with those 2 players next to him, and see if his confidence can grow. Otherwise, we haven't got a player. Simple as that. But listen, it was fantastic just to get 3 points. A nice, as I say, a nice comforting game where nothing really happened from them. They were piss poor, let's be honest. They were piss poor. They offered absolutely nothing. And the lad who got sent off's a bad shithouse. A bad shithouse. The one player I did like was their left back. I thought he played quite well. And, if you can't find a left back, anyone at Everton Football Club, maybe start there, because I liked him. I thought he played quite well. I thought what he did was quite well. But, as I say, for what we had today, it was a very attacking lineup. The back 4 took care of itself. Tosin, I think, grew a little bit more. His finish was exceptional. I thought Blassie, when he did well, and when he did poor, But take comfort from when, take confidence from what he's done well there today. Hopefully Walcott has not done anything serious, and as I say, the club is saying it's camp. Let's just kick on next week. I know we've said this loads of times, but I feel a lot more comforted from the fact that back four's there and we haven't got to chop and change all the time. Simple as that. Don't chop and change. Keep a back four that we can all rely on, and we'll win a few games till the end of the season, hopefully. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, make sure to look out for Baz's into reaction, my player ratings, his 3 things from today, and we'll see you later.